In the Tank Chat series we talk to the YouTubers that play World of Tanks Blitz. What are their favorite tanks? How did they start making videos? And what tips and guidance can they give to new players in World of Tanks Blitz? And above all, we're going to have a good time talking about our favorite game, World of Tanks Blitz. Welcome to Tank Chat. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Tankers of Blitz Universe. We have another episode of the Tank Chats today, and today my guest is Neaul. Welcome.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you?
Surviving. Very unexpected answer.
Surviving? That doesn't sound too good. No, but
people don't expect for such an answer. But I'm all right. I'm
okay,
all right.
so it's more of a joke than you're really just hanging in there.
Yeah, I'm not really surviving.
Oh, cool. Good to hear that. We're here to talk about Blitz, talk about the tanks, talk about the 4 games you sent in to me. First question of what made you start playing World of Tanks Blitz?
Yeah, well, I met World of Tanks PC first. Like in 2012 or so. I had pretty old notebook at that moment, and it was laggy right from the start. I had like 20 games, and I felt like I liked the tanks themselves, but it wasn't playable. But
you like to blow up stuff, shoot it with tanks, but
yeah, and the tank concept itself, because it's not that fast game, and it feels right, like something I never knew I would love.
Okay.
But it turned out I did, but I just wasn't able to play. So a few years later, in November 2014, I just learned there's a Blitz game which is playable on my tablet, and I really liked it. Had like few hundreds of games and really enjoyed it.
Yes.
Got a friend of mine, my colleague, to play this game as well, and we played over the lunches and in the mornings and sometimes in the evenings as well, when our wives were already asleep. So
I think that sounds pretty familiar for most Blitz players.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, and you can play for half hour over the lunch and 15 minutes.
That's something you can't do when you're playing World of Tanks PC, if you have to bring your gaming PC to work.
No, it's too big.
Yeah.
The PC is definitely smaller. You can't sneak a PC into an office.
No, and you said you started playing on in November 2014. That's when the game was, I think, released on Android. Not quite sure actually, but I think it was released then on Android. Have you played on touch always, or?
I played like my first 10,000 games on an iPad, and then I switched to PC when my iPad just wasn't able to keep up. And when there was some blow-up tanks, it just started to slow down.
How many games have you done now in total? You said 10K on touch, and you're on how many now?
I think it's like 10.5K, so I'm like 50-50 at the moment with touch and PC.
And is there anything you want to share in terms of advantages that PC has over touch, or touch has over PC? Are there major differences in playing the game on a PC?
I'd say PC have advantage in aiming for sure. You can easily aim with a mouse a bit better than with touch. Also, the auto aim is kind of unfair from this point of view on PC, because it really keeps aiming at the tank, and you can focus on moving around the map while the tank is still aiming, and you can't do that on a tablet.
No.
But I find the tablet much more fun for some reason, much more comfy, and let me enjoy the game way much more, because you can sit down on a couch, you can have a drink, you can just enjoy the flow of the game, and it's more like it. And also I feel like the movement of the tank on the other side is more precise, because the keyboard...
If you are playing on touch, that is.
Yeah, because when you're playing on keyboard, pressing D or A for a turning always does full turn speed. on a tablet, you can fine-tune your movement, so you can optimize your path you're going. So you can save time by going around obstacles and get to the positions faster. So that can give you advantage. On the other hand,
Yeah, so if you
but
want to move and touch it, then you can move around at a full circle or just a quarter of a bit. It's on, if you're on PC, it's just I'm turning left, and there's no middle
yeah,
way.
exactly. Yeah, there is nothing like a sweet spot for turning.
No,
it's brute.
Yeah, agreed. I've tried to play a few games on my laptop. Didn't really work out for me. I'm used to playing on a phone. You play on an iPad or an iPhone or Android phone? The first 10 games?
I played it on an iPad, and I recently got borrowed a new iPad, so I'm trying to move back to the tablet because it really feels much more fun. And playing 10 games in tablet feels like way much more than even 50 games on PC.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the joy. It's the real joy.
Yeah, and I mean, after all, we sometimes make fun of people who say I play for fun. We kind of play it not as a profession, but seriously. You do view it still as you need to have fun in the game.
Yeah, without the fun, you can't really play it for a long period of time. If you get frustrated, you probably should do something else.
Definitely.
And if you don't feel fun in the game, which is the first thing you should feel when you're playing the game, yeah, there is no joy at that moment. So,
do you also take fun out of making the videos, and what made you start doing videos actually?
I'm not sure how much fun it is. I think it is fun to play and fun to achieve something. I like to cut videos, and preparing the videos is also pretty fun. But I think still the most fun part is still playing the game, trying to master the tank and achieve something unusual, like climbing on a rock which doesn't appear to be climbable.
Just trying to get footage in for your videos. That's what you like to do.
Yeah, that's the most fun of it.
Cool. What made you start doing videos?
My wife.
She
realized I really like to play tanks.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to quit anytime soon. So she told me that maybe I should start chasing my dream career, being some kind of pro player, but not really a pro, but doing videos and so on. And yeah.
So if possible, try to make a living out of playing video games.
Yeah, it's very hard to achieve that. But if you want to try, you will never succeed. So I have to try. And actually, it's the best time to start, even though it was better to start like 4 years ago. But I'm going to have a daughter in a month. So
okay, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. And I felt like if I will not start like 1 year ago, I will not be able to start anytime soon.
Is it your first child as well?
Yeah, it is the first one. It will be a challenge.
Yeah, I can relate. I got 2 kids, a 5-year-old daughter and a nearly 3-year-old son, and they bring lots of joy and fun to your lives, but can be a challenge as well. But those will be the best moments of your life ever. I can vouch for that.
I can imagine. I think it will be.
Definitely. We're still looking at the Scorpion game here at Mines, and then looking at the clock, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and then you reset the cap. Lovely stuff.
You had to do what you had to do, otherwise you would lose.
Yeah, I mean, without giving anything away, you're gonna lose this one anyway, because in terms of hit points left, it's just too much to chew through. But you sent me the Scorpion game we've looked at the T-49 game. Do you like to play the mobile non-armor tanks, or do you just play, well, anything you like?
Basically, I like to play most of the tanks. I'd say finding the best tanks to play, or I like. It's way harder to finding the tanks which I don't like. From my most favorite ones is like T49, because before I just loved KV2, and it actually is probably my most played tank. I have like 900 games only in KV2.
The KV2, okay.
And then when T49 came in, it's only like something like a dream came true. You have massive gun, and you can move around fast, and so that's
unlike the KV2.
Yeah, KV2 is slow and easy to spoil. T49 is completely different beast, and
just run around, splash them hard, big gun, big damage.
But then you can see this video. There's a VK101, and
that starts contradicting your. I like to play mobile tanks with big guns. I mean, this has a good gun, but it's not really mobile.
No, it's not, and that's the reason why I say it's easier to list the tanks which I don't like, because I really liked VK. It's a pretty cool tank. It's a very unusual for tier 8. It's a mouse in tier 8.
Yeah, definitely. I've put up a review yesterday of this one. You have a full review on your channel as well on the VK. Do you have any tips? I mean, people are already saying this tank, it should be nerfed. It's wickedly OP. What are your thoughts on that? Is this tank the VK101P? Is it an OP tank, or is it just a really strong one?
In my review, I said it might be a bit of OP, but then I revised of myself, and I'd say it's not OP, and the OPness of itself, it's only the aspect that people just don't know how to deal with it.
No.
They didn't have time to learn how to deal with such thing. There are many players which never played tier 10 or tier 9, so they don't meet mouse. They don't know what are the weak spots of the mouse. And this is just a mouse with turret, with a commander edge.
And the same weak spot, indeed, the same side skirts, the thick armor. It relies on angling, on side scraping. If you have to give some tips to people who want to take the VK out, what would you say to them?
Well, the first one you just saw. The turret is the weak spot itself.
Yeah.
Then the lower plate is also quite easy to penetrate. There is an expected one, and at least for a mouse, that's a turret ring, which is around 200 millimeters. So that's a penable, and it is penable from any angle, from any direction, because it's a round. Then the main weakness,
it would still require 200 millimeters of penetration, so that's a lot for some of the tier 7 tanks.
That's true. They might struggle, but you will struggle in tier 9 meeting mouse if you just trying to penetrate without shooting weak spot as well. So it's only preparing you for a mouse or motion as a little mouse.
So you're also saying that if you are a T43 or any tier 7 medium tank that faces this tank at tier 8, this is also preparation for you as a medium driver to play tier 9 and 10.
Yeah, like you are not going to pen mouse with T54.
No.
Not from the front. You have to learn how to fight with it, how to go around with it, how to do a circle of death, because these tanks have pretty bad traverse speed. So if you can use their weaknesses against themselves, you can kill them even with the tanks which have very low penetration. You can find the weak spot.
So what that T44-100 was doing, just trying to penetrate you from the front, was not the best set of ideas to do. He should have backed off.
He should have relocated it himself, and in that position just choose different target and get rid of someone else.
Yeah.
And that's how many enemy teams deal with mouse. They leave the mouse as the last target, kill the rest of the team, and then when they are 4-on-1, it is easy, very easy to kill mouse.
Yeah. For 4 guns versus 1, well, that would have to take a very skilled and very lucky tanker to survive and win, actually.
Exactly. And yeah, the main weak spot of VK and mouse, it's that round front. So if you aim at the closest point of that turret, you are very likely to pen, or kind of. It still have like 240 millimeters.
And with the round front, you mean the turret cheeks on the left and the right side of the gun?
Yeah, the turret cheeks.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you are in IS-3 or T-34. There's always a spot on the turret you can find the weakest point.
And do you have to use Premel then always, or is it just a matter of using your premium or your standard ammunition and then aim for the weak spots properly?
I'd say I prefer to aim for the weak spots because using premium ammunition, if you don't need it for real, you are just wounding yourself. You are wounding your own DPM.
Yeah. So sacrificing damage for penetration.
Yeah, I can't really imagine spending like 10 shots on mouse or so if you can do it in less than that.
Yeah.
If you can minimize the time you're facing your opponent, you are maximizing your survivability, and you can really survive more.
So that's really a great tip. That is not as much as a tip really or advice, but more of a mindset. Try to stay away from the red guns as much as possible, because if you can stay away from the red guns, you will survive.
Yeah. The less amount of time you get hit, the more you are likely to survive.
Can you talk us through what you are thinking here in the AMX-30? I mean, you are down to less than 1,000 hit points. There is a full health PTA still left and a T-54 knocking about. Can you talk us through what you were thinking here?
Yeah, he just shot, so I took an opportunity to put a shot into him like for free. I expected to Tortoise to not chase Leopard, because that's very easy to run away from Tortoise for basically any tank. Now I felt like I'm going to be dead, to be honest. But then he reversed here on the ridge, and I knew he had just worse depression, I think 6 degrees. So he wasn't able to shoot me. So I felt quite safe, even though at the end I survived. But that was the moment I really felt dead.
Yeah, and you had ammo rack damage. He bounced one on your mantlet, and then you ammo racked him for good measure. But you are still alive.
Yeah, I am. A bit lucky. Those ammo racks of the enemy tanks always find I find them funny when they're like 10 health points left and you ammo rack them. That was your luck wasted on a tank you don't need.
No. It's best to have them full health, but still, I mean, an ammo rack is an ammo rack. You get a ribbon for it.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. But now in this game you are in, well, dire trouble. Let's put it that way. It is 1 versus 3 killed. Now it's a 3 on 6.
Yeah. And now we are watching a replay, basically how AMX should be played. You should not get spotted.
No.
Because you're so squashy, so easy to kill. That's how it should be played from the beginning. Dealing damage and not being spotted.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I use the bush. So I can spot enemies and they can't spot me.
Yeah, and unlucky with an HE shot on that waffle. I think you hit the gun or something.
I don't know, but I'd say it was in the range of AP shot itself, so it was just unlucky roll.
Yeah. And now you're staying hidden, using the bush again, spot up a tank.
Yeah.
Get a bit unlucky here with a shot on the 54. That just about misses, and you are spotted, and then you're running away, and you're basically thinking, I have to stay alive.
Yeah, I tried to stay behind that ridge and behind the cover, and then to relocate because I felt like they might start to chase me.
Yeah.
And that's how you're gonna die, right?
Yeah, and if you can stay alive, I mean, you are the top tier tank. If they kill you now, that's 80. It's 40 for them extra and 80 off of your team. That's a loss.
Yeah. It will be very hard for TDs just to finish the game and win it. So.
And that shot on the turret side of the E75. Ooh la la.
Yeah. Well, yeah, go ahead.
No, you wanted to say something about aim, maybe?
Yeah, if he would focus me,
Yeah.
what he didn't, I wouldn't be able to run around as much, and basically that could be a point where they lost because the enemies will not be spotted and
Yeah.
we will not be able to do a damage. So
And you're gonna win this one, 7-4. It's going to be second class. I was surprised actually to see a second class because you captured A together with the SU and done a fair bit of damage, and only a second class.
yeah, so good tank. It's probably hard to master.
Yeah. But I think this was a masterclass in relocating and staying alive at just being one-shot a lot of tanks. And I think he did 2k damage or something like that while having 300 hit points left.
Yeah, that was pretty good game. That's how it should be played from the beginning.
Yeah, I agree on that one. What tips and guidances can you give to new players? They've downloaded Blitz from any store, Windows, App Store, Google Play. They want to start Blitz, and then what would be your top tips for them?
All right. The first one will be do not rush the tiers. Try to score at least first class, if not mastery, on everything you are grinding through, because that means you really learned something about the thing and you are ready to progress.
Yeah.
And that will also slow you down, so you will not rush it that much.
Okay. Tip number 1: don't rush the tiers. Number 2:
don't rush the enemies. Don't push when you don't see. Yeah, don't rush the enemies if you don't know where they are.
No.
Wait at least for 4 or 5 people to be spotted.
Yeah.
The red ones, obviously, and then you can make a better decision to either help some other side of the map or just to push with the team.
Because if you know where the reds are, then you can move, take cover into consideration, and just not get shot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
and
just don't rush.
And the last one, tip number 3?
The number 3 will be don't go alone. That means stay with the team. If you are not used to the aims, and you're very likely to meet 1 or more enemy tanks on your line if you are going alone.
Yeah.
And if you are new to the game, you are not very likely to survive that, and that's just harming your team. So stay with the team, aim at the tank they are aiming, and try to do as much damage as possible.
So even if the team decides to go one way and you're thinking, right, that's the wrong way, just go with them, stay together as a pack, keep your guns alive.
It's safer for you, and it's safer for them as well, because you're more likely to have a gun advantage.
Yeah. 2 guns versus 1, nearly always win.
Yeah. Most of the times it's a win.
Yeah.
And there's the last one is when you are aiming at the tank, wait till your aim finishes. When the circle is as small as possible, then you are more likely to hit the enemy.
Yes, please note this. New players to Blitz and maybe even some veterans, aim before you shoot.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Exactly.
It's such a simple one, but such a good one. Brilliant stuff.
Sometimes I don't do it, and
But sometimes you also have the games where you know you have RNG on your side, or you have to make a shot, or you have to shoot, because if you aim too long, you will get shot yourself in return. You have to try something. But that's also experience kicking in.
Yeah. But if you are very new, just wait till you aim, and then take a shot.
And then take a shot. Great stuff. Brilliant tips, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, especially for the new players. Thank you very much, Neil, for hopping on to the tank chats and sending in the videos.
Yeah, it was a pleasant chat, and I thank you very, very much. And I wish you a lot of luck and a lot of success.
Likewise, the pleasure was all mine. I hope you can grow your channel towards 1K subscribers as quickly as possible. And I wish you all the best and luck and love with your newborn daughter.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, we're signing off. I catch you all on the next video. Cheers and happy tanking. Bye bye.
Bye bye.